I have no idea if they're going to be able to pull it off. Autistic kids by nature are isolated. You're not supposed to be able to be spontaneous, be imaginative. Sounds can be too loud, so how can you have a group of kids singing? And I want to have a musical. I want to have like a, all-out musical. Take a deep breath in, let the air out. We're going to start in 2 minutes. I'm going to go backstage. There's all these myths about what a child with autism can do. I plan to shatter those myths. Okay, we're done. Sorry, guys. You know better. You know better. Ball goes down. Ball goes down. Sweet. Neil. Ball goes down. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're closing the joint. Everybody out. Neil came into my life 9.5 years ago. You know what? You were stupid. I was married at the time, and I had had 2 unsuccessful pregnancies and was ready to adopt. My heritage is Russian. And I really wanted to bring a child from Russia to America, just like my grandpa came. I wanted every single kid. But when they brought Neil into the room, and as soon as I saw him, I just knew he was my kid. About 30 seconds or so, he ran into my arms, and we just started rolling on the floor, and he was my guy. He was my kid. People were telling me that there's something not right with him. I just said, look, he's been in an orphanage his whole life. He was 23 months when we brought him home, and it's going to take him time before he is okay. This is your room. This is your room. Neil would have tantrums, like just tantruming. And he never slept. He used to sleep maybe 2 hours a night, so I didn't sleep for years. And I can remember at nighttime when I was exhausted and he was tired, trying to take a bath with him. And he would be splashing and throwing water and screaming and afraid to go in the bath and afraid to get out of the bath. And I was scared because there was glass, mirrors in the room. And I can remember just bawling and then just praying to God, dear God, please give me the strength to get through this one night. Just give me the strength to get through this bath. That's it. And I'd go to guidance and go to my God and get myself peaceful. And then I'd go to him and I'd say, Neil, ask God for help right now because I need help and you need help. And we'd get through the night. My husband and I separated when Neil was 7 years old and divorced when he was 8. So I've been on my own as a single mom raising Neil for the past 4 years. There was a doctor in Maryland, Dr. Stanley Greenspan, who had had tremendous success with children with autism, and I learned all about joining his world. So, for example, if he would spin in circles, we'd spin in circles. And if he would stare at his hand, we'd stare at our hand. In the beginning, I had traditional therapists working with him. They thought sometimes I was a crazy lady because he wasn't doing appropriate things. I started bringing in theater people who had no problem with things out of the ordinary. And if Neil needed to do crazy things, they would be crazy with him and with big affect, and they would join his world until he emerged into our world. When I was ready to go back into the workforce, I didn't know what to do. And the answer came to me really strong: teach children with special needs acting and movement. So I decided to create a theater program for autistic kids and their siblings, and I called it the Miracle Project. I pulled together a group of parents who I think may be interested in having their kids be part of the group. I'm Elaine. Kristen, nice to meet you. Kristen, nice to meet you. And they're skeptical. I know they're skeptical. I'm asking them to put their faith in me that their child can sing, dance, and act live in a stage performance in 22 weeks. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Miracle Project. My name is Elaine. These are a lot of our staff and our volunteers. I have no idea what's going to happen. I really don't. I can promise you the first couple of weeks are going to be chaotic. I can promise. There'll be kids that may not want to come in. There'll be kids that may come in and want to hide in a corner. I don't know. I really have no idea. But what I do know is they'll be walking into an environment of people that are going to love them and accept them and be with them for who they are. I woke today and found the frost perched on the town. It hovered in a frozen sky, then it gobbled summer down. When the sun turns straight or cold and all the trees are shivering in a naked row, I get the urge for going, but I never seem to go.
I was working in television in Manhattan, and a woman came up to me, literally actually on my first day of employment, and said, "Are you going out with anybody?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, I have somebody I need you to meet." And the next day she had left Joe's picture on my desk. And 9 months later we got married. Lexi came along about 4 years later. She seemed to be developing typically. She, walking on time and always made eye contact.
Where are your eyes? Where are your teeth? Where are your toes? Toes!
At around 21 months, started seeing some things that were troubling about her.
Lexington.
There would be little things like we would call her name and she wouldn't respond.
Lex.
At this point, I had done a lot of research. I'd been on the internet. I'd been reading the books. I would flat out say, does she have autism? Is she autistic? And the response I got from the developmental pediatrician at UCLA was, well, I have blonde hair and blue eyes, but that doesn't make me Scandinavian. And I remember, what do I do with this information? It was so, and I was crying on the phone to her, and I said, does she have autism? She said, well, I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but it is organic. And then I thought, organic is good. Organic is healthy. Organic is pesticide free. I mean, organic didn't mean anything to me. When I would take her to the playground, or even in our little mommy and me's, she would literally shut down.
Sweetheart? Katie. Lex?
Getting it documented.
You see, you show this to some social worker and they'll have her committed. That's what autistic children do. Lex. Lexington. Lex. Shorty. Oh, man.
Finally, I went to a pediatrician. This is around her 3rd birthday. Not potty training, not talking, starting to lose eye contact.
Lex.
And I grabbed her by it was like a scene out of a movie. And I said, there's something wrong with my child. You have to help me. And that's when I finally got a referral to the regional center. We got in with a psychologist. In the first 5 minutes, I said to her, does Lexi have autism? And she said yes. As far as Joe and I knew autism, talk about bad news. That was really bad news. Autism meant, standing in the corner, banging your head against the wall, in a diaper. It was, it was devastating.
First, there's some denial. And then that creeps over into your whole life. Then there's fix-it mode. And then there's a kind of a sadness, a depression, because they get to a certain age and you're like, you know what? No matter how much you love them and no matter how many dollars you throw at them, this kid's got autism forever. The end. And then can start the acceptance.
Jo's always been a lot more accepting of who she is. I think I've always expressed love to her, but I've always in myself felt that in order for things to be okay, she needed to be different. Joe always said from the beginning, he said, it's not up to us to judge the quality of her life, and I find that a challenge.
She get the urge for going when middle grass is turning brown. Summertime is falling down. We'll first start off over there. It's where the Colombian mammoths are.
Stay with Mom, Henry. Stay with Mom. Hey, back here, bub.
If you were a time traveler and you saw one of these gigantic beasts, you stay away. They are very sophisticated hunters, just like lions.
Henry started to show an interest in dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures when he was about 2.5, 3 years old.
Now you can see that this saber-tooth is actually hunting down its meal. Look at the way they use the teeth.
Henry has Asperger's syndrome, which is what some people call high-functioning autism. Kids with Asperger's tend to be very gifted or very intelligent in specific areas. With my son, it's all about reptiles and dinosaurs.
Now you can see that the Colombian mammoth was the biggest of all. Told you so.
They sort of appear to be like a typically developing child, but they're not. There's a lot going on. that people don't see.
Look at this jungle. Look. Harlem sloths.
To soothe his own anxiety, he's been talking to himself and really withdrawing into his own world and not socializing with the other kids at all.
Wait a minute, look out!
They kind of laugh at him. And apparently he's also being teased more. So he's starting to feel like an outcast, I think.
And they are eaten by the amphibious ambulocetus. It is a mammal. That is a bizarre beast.
Henry, if you could be one of these animals, which one would you be?
Ambulocetus.
Let me see.
This world is a lonely, scary place for kids who have autism. Autism is a neurological disorder. Kids with autism, their brains function differently than kids who do not have autism. There are some kids that have autism that are nonverbal, and there are some kids that are highly verbal. Many kids with autism have difficulty controlling their impulses. Sounds may sound more intense. Colors and sights may seem more vivid. When all the stimulus is coming in, the brain doesn't compute it in the same way. There's so much going on sensorially that it can be overwhelming. And that is what can cause a child to retreat and be in their own world.
Tyrannosaurus was one of the fiercest hunters of all.
Really?
Yep.
Adam, do you know how to speak? I'm going to take you over here and we're going to do your name on a tag on the razor.
You got it? Want to put it on your shirt? You don't want to put it on?
Okay, you guys, let's all sit around the circle. Welcome everybody to the Miracle Project. Yay! So good to see everybody.
I often capture one of the most many dangerous and oversized ninjas.
Okay. Maybe we can talk about that more when we act out what we're going to do later.
I found about the play that I am in for this thing, like singing and dancing.
Cool. That's so wonderful. So good to see you. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to go around the room and we're going to say our names one at a time. And we're going to say our name with a movement. And my name is going to go like this. My name is Elaine, but people call me Coach E. And this is how we're going to do my name. Watch. Coach E. Everybody do it with me. Coach E. And now we're going to go around and everyone's going to say their name with a movement. Lexi. Wyatt. Henry. Neil, what kind of movement do you want to do? Say Neil doesn't talk. I know, but he can say his name. Ready? You can do it. You can do it, sweetie pie. Beautiful, Neil. Beautiful, sweetie.
Adam.
Yay! Adam, I loved how you joined our circle. Okay, backs against the wall, everybody. We're going to do 2 feet jumps. Here we go. 2 feet jumps all the way across. Here we go. Faster, 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 faster. Fantastic, you guys. Make a curtsy. First William by himself and then Trevor. William and Neil. And then Trevor. Okay? We're just having a special time. You get to play with you without all the noise around. What we're pretending about is where you are. It's time to go to school. Should we take the bus or should we drive?
Bus.
Oop, there's a red light. What do we do? Green light. Where did we pretend we went today?
School.
Yeah. And what did we ride on? Can I say bus? A bus. And did you make new friends?
Yes.
Can you shake hands with your friend? Shake hands? That was really nice. You guys, can you look at each other and shake hands? Will, can you guys look at each other and shake hands? And thank your scene partner. That was a great scene. Thank you. Thank you, my scene partner. Wait, come here. You must be so proud of yourself. You know, you pretend played so nicely. I'm so proud of you. You proud of yourself? Well, give me 5 for proud.
Wait right there. Adam, she has to be able to see that. Adam, no, you can't do that.
Oh, hi. My name is Amon. I'm 8 years old. I had autism.
Adam, get in line.
The school district said kids with Adam's amount of autism could not be in inclusion in a school. And he proved them all wrong. He knows that sometimes he has to work harder. Fortunately, we had Beatrice, who is a wonderful one-on-one.
No looking at the camera and no being bossy, okay? All right, go to your seat. Go to your seat. Go on, Adam. Go around.
Boys and girls, let's go.
Okay, Adam. Today's Thursday. Look for reading. I started working with Adam when he was 3. I'm really hard on him now. I have to, he's getting older and, he's going to middle school. He has to be able to blend in with the rest of the kids. He has to do the same things that they're doing.
I did it on Will Rogers.
I'll hold this on.
Oh, Lisa Leslie.
What's wrong with this, Jacob?
There's no back. There's no
hole for your face. We only have time for a few more boards. How about Adam right now? We'll see.
In 1846, Abraham Lincoln became a lawyer. Abe went to public office. On April 14th, a bad man shot a gun at Abe's head.
You can't hear him?
He was 56.
Wait, we can't hear you. John Wilkes did what?
John Wilkes Booth liked President Lincoln.
Not liked?
Like President...
No, it's not liked. What's the word?
Liked.
Killed.
Killed President Lincoln.
No, turn it around so they can see it.
Whoa! There they are! Adam! Over here! Over here!
What about jailbreak?
All right, Adam, come here.
What about jailbreak?
Okay, we have the timer. For 10 minutes, you can play with Calandra. Ask her what... I'm holding it. Here, Raleigh, hold this. Come on, just hold it. He's obsessed with Calandra. Can you guess why? The long, pretty blonde hair. He's been asking to marry her. Oh, time's up. You can let Calandra go now. Time's up. He has a girl obsession. He just loves ladies. And he's got that charisma thing going where they love him. It really breaks my heart when I kind of realize, wow, if he wasn't autistic, you can just imagine the possibilities.
So what's going on?
What?
School.
School? Nothing really.
Well, are you happy with your classroom? Do you want to stay where you are?
Well, I've already told you.
What's wrong with school? Or what's right?
100% of kids are retarded. Okay? That's my final reason.
100% in your class?
Yes.
So
That's... Mom! It's a special ed class.
So where do you want to be? You want to be with the mainstream kids? In regular 5th grade?
I've already told you this. I don't want to tell you again.
Well?
What do you think a bully would say to me?
Ew, what's the matter with you? Ew, you're ugly. What would a bully say?
Have you ever heard a bully, Mom?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard a girl that's a bully?
A girl bully?
Yeah.
I guess so. Maybe not. What does a girl bully say?
Or
a boy bully?
Have you ever heard of any bully?
Are you bullied in school?
Yes.
And what do they say?
Keith. Remember Keith?
What did he do? So he made faces at you?
Yeah, faces.
Did they call you names?
Yeah, they're gonna be doing that now.
What do they call you names?
6th grade. No, in 6th grade. I'm talking about previously.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. They're gonna call me names.
What kind of names?
Because they're growing up. And when bullies grow up, they get meaner. Maybe if I go into a regular class and I show the bullies that how I can deal with a regular class, they're not going to bully me, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why? Do you think it's because I'm in a special ed class? Do you think that's why they start bullying me?
They'll probably poke fun at that. I know them to be kind of mean that way. Kids are not. Kids are kind of cruel sometimes.
Well, they'll still be cruel in a mainstream class, I know that.
Yeah.
I know they will.
It's all right.
No, that's okay.
His choice is to run over the room.
But here's his choice, though. If he wants to be in this room, then he needs to sit. If he wants to run, he can run out of the circle.
Okay. Now,
But
what is your ultimate goal?
Ultimate goal is for him to have a great time and feel great about himself. And I'd like these guys to come with me. We're going to the other room. All right. So,
what are we talking about today?
We're talking about writing a story, right? Writing a story.
Because I know a bully.
What, do you want to tell me about him?
He says that he's gonna punch. He's gonna punch. Seriously, if you touch him one more time, he's gonna punch you.
What do you say back?
I try not to say anything, but he keeps coming back and.
Anybody else know any bullies?
Well, you see, in my class, in my class, there's like this really annoying kid. He treats me like some kind of little baby or something. He treats me like a little kid. The bully said one day in the bathroom, he said, "Where's my dick?" Dick, as in you know. He said that. I don't think I think lots of bullies try to say stuff like that. Did you see my dick? That's how he doesn't get the joke.
It's not a funny joke, is it?
But my dad kind of knows the joke. It's like, I don't get it either. I remember another one that the bully did.
Okay.
He went like this, and he went like this.
Oof.
He stick his finger in your nose? No, he went like this. You know what this means, Henry? What? It's a bad word.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
I'm glad you told
let's
us.
get on with acting.
Okay. I'd like someone to pretend to be a bully and say mean things. Okay.
I'll be a bully.
You want to try to be the bully?
Yeah, I'll be a bully.
Okay. That'd be
I'll
good.
be a bully. Oh, Mrs.
You are the nicest student we have in here, Bully Joe. Joseph.
Bully Joe.
You are the nicest student we have. I think you're just a really fine student. Class, it's time for recess, and if anybody wants to go to the bathroom, they can go to the bathroom.
Hey, you.
Hey, you.
What are you doing here?
Hey, knucklehead, come over here.
Did you see my dick?
What?
I'm just acting. Did you see my dick?
Why? Because there's
How would I want to know where your dick is?
Now, you guys, you come and tell the teacher that the bullies are being bullied.
He said
Did you
something bad to me.
Oh, not bully Joseph. He's such a good kid. I can't believe he'd say something bad to you. Did he really?
He totally did.
There will be no bullying at this school. Do you guys understand me? Bullying is not allowed. Ever, ever, ever. Do you understand me? From now on...
Are you talking to me too?
Yes.
You're not even looking at me.
I will look right at you because you are being a bully. And all bullying will stop in this school from now on. We are going to go and we're going to make sure there's no bullies in this school.
Good choice, Mrs.
Right, guys?
Yeah.
Right.
I felt fabulous, great, spectacular.
Why?
Because it's fun being a bully.
So when you go back to school, what are you going to do with the real bully?
That's the mystery. That's the mystery in the camera.
What's your ding dong ding dong again?
Wait.
Ding dong, ding dong,
Being a single mom with a child with autism, holidays are hard. There can be a sadness, an aloneness that permeates the holiday. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. You say it, Baruch, Baruch. Good. Atah Adonai Eloheinu. Good. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Sweetie, happy Hanukkah. Me too. Cut.
Oh no. He wants Bolero. This is his new favorite song. You sure you can manage, honey?
Well, if I don't, it's going to be right on the floor on camera. Hold on.
My husband is very, very smart. He runs an international relief agency. He saves the lives of millions and millions of people. He cannot remember to make lunch for his kids. Oh, this is the end. Take him out. Yay, very good. Clap, clap, clap. At first, Richard thought that Adam didn't like him because he would say, Adam, talk to me. And Adam wouldn't turn around.
Hey, that's Dad's seat. Get out of there.
Take that.
Right at the month that Adam got diagnosed, Richard embarked on an affair. And this went on for 16 months without my knowing, although everybody knew but me.
Well, you're going to ask me?
He definitely had the affair as a way to completely distance himself from it. I was more surprised by Richard's affair than 9/11. I'll tell you that right now. And the only thing I can say that I did is I did lift up a 500-pound table and throw it at him. Adam, are you eating? How about some of this? Here.
No!
From diagnosis at age 3, I was very gloomy, for months. Roseanne ascribes parts of my subsequent behavior to that fact. And
but I don't.
Photographers at the Center. This one, yeah, it's really incredible.
When I met her, she was in plays, she was modeling.
At one point, I was a Playboy centerfold. Someone asked me to do it, and I went, oh, okay, that sounds cool. And I was like kind of a hippie.
Norman Lear brought her to Hollywood and put her in All in the Family, the Jeffersons. And then with Adam, it pretty well put the kibosh on that. I think giving that up has been a source of a lot of pressure in our marriage, and I'm off, I'm all over the world. My organization shared the 1997 Nobel Peace Prize. Roseanne's very resentful, in fact, that she says, you have a life, I don't, beyond Adam. I make light of it because, I said the crazed mom of a disabled kid. That may be a category of person.
One. It's one sweet potato. What if you love it?
You see an awful lot of single moms of autistic kids. There's a lot of reasons men leave women, but women overlook the fact that they may have been a factor, not the only factor, but they may have been a factor by being so monomaniacal or self-involved with their kid. The world revolves around their getting that one last ounce of information to apply to their kids' environment or learning or whatever.
Bar. Adam? Where's your bar? What happened to it? What happened to your bar? You put it in the trash?
My job is to do everything I can to keep him out of an institution. There are a lot of symptoms of autism, and those symptoms are the locked room that make an autistic child not develop. And what you can do is you can crack open those doors, and every time you crack open the door, even if it's for 5 minutes, that kid develops 5 minutes more than they would have had you not cracked the door open. There's nothing he can't do. I just have to find a way to teach it to him.
What's today?
December 23rd.
I'm 40 and my life is crap. I'm so
sick,
sad, and sick.
A while back, Hillary suffered a bout of depression. My first reaction was I was annoyed that she was being so, withdrawn into herself and was short with Lexington, who wouldn't have understood why she's behaving that way.
Mama.
Mommy will be here later.
Mama.
Oh, Mommy will be here later today. Okay?
I suffered a really bad depression. I got sick with it, and I had to get on medication, and aside from working, I pretty much was not a functioning person for a while, and he took it very personally. I think he feels that he's been neglected, and it affected our relationship badly.
Basically, I think what marriage is, it's like you're rough, and your partner's rough, and you're rubbing against each other, and the fights or whatever is a smoothing process. That's the way I look at it. And when you introduce a stressor, which is a kid with a disability, it causes more of this bam, 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 bam.
I hope you guys can work things out.
Yeah, we just went yesterday to see a counselor, and I think he's done.
How you doing, sweetie pie?
Hi, sweetie pie.
I'm eating my prey. Eat your prey. Do you know Lexi over there?
this is when we get to start writing and thinking about our show. It's sort of based loosely about time travel. The process of writing is a collaborative process. So if we could only go to 4 different times.
First the Ordovician, then the Egypt times, then the medieval times, and then the time of Martians and UFOs and blah, 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 blah.
I get ideas, and then I'll bring the structure to the kids.
Pretend like you're kicking the ball.
And then we, through improvisation, I write down what they've created.
Groceries or groceries. Okay, so let's go and help him carry in the groceries. Fantastic.
Well, tell me what you want to be, Wyatt.
A bully and a nice guy. Both. Can I be the smart kid in the play?
Sure. Then I'll go back to a screenwriter, and then we'll script it based on their ideas.
Everyone put your feet up. So what happens is the kids that are the most sensitive end up being the ones
that save the planet.
But how the heck are we supposed to save the Earth? You'll see if we get to the end of the play. Oh, I know. I got an idea.
Wait one second.
One of my friends.
Quetzalcoatlus. We're gonna need a nanosaur of our own.
Henry, I'm gonna ask you something. When you tell me a story, I really love listening to it, but can you look me in the eyes so I can see your beautiful eyes? And I can hear the story. So try it again. Tell me again about the sharks, but I want you to look me in the eyes.
Well, you see...
where's your eyes?
Well, you see sharks.
Let me see those beautiful eyes.
Well, you see sharks.
Almost. So, my eyes. Wait. Oh my gosh, look at you. Wait. Oh my gosh. I love looking in your eyes. Sharks. Try it again. Say sharks, but look at me.
Sharks attack seals because surfers sharks attack surfers because they're on their surfboard. They're shaped like seals.
God, you looked right at me. Let's see. Wait, the surfboards are shaped like seals? Try again.
Wait, on them when they're on them, it looks like a seal. So that's why they attack.
You know, I like learning from you. Do you know how smart you are? Extremely smart. I loved when you smiled when I said how compassionate you are. And you look right at me. So I want you to look now the same way you looked at me. Look in your friend's eyes right now. Look at him looking at you. Yeah, what do you think about Henry? What do you think about Henry?
Well, I think he's very smart. He's very smart about reptiles, and I'm interested in animals too, and I really like that.
So tell him, look in his eyes and tell him you are very smart. Say, right?
You are very smart.
Okay.
Thanks. I've always wanted to hear that.
I know.
My name is Stephen Stills. I'm Henry's father.
Henry doesn't like to listen to the music because it's too loud. He likes to watch movies and he gets to watch TV. That's why he likes to come to his dad's shows.
Henry, what you been doing?
Sweet.
Watching Jurassic Park 3, that's what.
You don't want to see the show?
Nah.
I'm sure that there's a genetic predisposition. God knows that as I observe these kids, I recognize a lot of myself from my own behavior and the kind of thing that made me a musician, who put a guitar between me and the rest of the world.
It's so hard to say what caused his autism because there are so many theories. I'm one of the people that believes it's like the kettle of beans, and you throw in a bean, here's the vaccinations, here's the antibiotics, here's the toxic environment, here's mercury in the fish mom ate while she was pregnant. And you throw enough beans in the kettle and it's going to tip over.
Have you ever seen one of your dad's shows?
Well, when I was younger, it was too much for me, too much people. I'm old-fashioned.
There's a lot of kids his age with autism. I mean, we're not just going to toss these kids aside. There's going to have to be people that help them and shepherd them along, just like they're being shepherded along through grade school.
I like the Miracle Project because it's fun, and the kids are sometimes nice. Sometimes they're in their own world, which is what I'm going to go with what I don't like. Sometimes I don't like it when kids go into their own world. You know, I do that a lot, but it just makes me, sometimes when you do that, I realize it now. You are in your own world. It's like Henry. Take Henry as an example. He's in his own world. What are you gonna do? You have your own world. How are you gonna make friends in your own world? Your own world. You see, this is what I don't like. Sometimes I don't get about kids. Why do I even go in my own world? And it's like you're not talking to anybody. There's no point of it. If I'm trying to be friends with Henry, he would go into his lizards and dinosaurs and. But there are good things about Henry too. And there's sad things.
Do you know when you go into your own world why you go there?
Sometimes I have no one to talk to. Like, let's say I'm outside by myself. I have no one to talk to. So I just have to go in my own world. I just love having someone with me. And sometimes that doesn't always happen. You can have play dates, you can have sleepovers, but that's different. I'm talking about a friend. Sometimes I like being with somebody because it makes me feel happy inside when I'm with a friend. That can be kind. That cannot be mean. That is not mean. That is not rude. Not like a bully. Just a friend.
We've been having a lot of difficulty really finding the right school for Wyatt. We are headed to an advocate, a lawyer. Hopefully he can share some light because he's had experience in working with placing a lot of kids with these issues. We're also going to look at what our rights are, seeing that Wyatt's issues are not being served by the typical school system.
Is his basic problems social problems or academic problems or both?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture of both. Wyatt's one of these cases that kind of falls between the cracks. He wants to be mainstream, but he really can't hold his own in mainstream, and he doesn't want to be with the special kids because he's very high functioning.
Based upon these tests, it'll be difficult for someone to say he's a high-functioning autistic child. He has a very low cognitive function. If you still believe that in fact the child belongs to non-public school, that's when you're going to have to commence your due process. Okay?
And that's when we would have to retain you. What are we in for?
We are billing out at $430 an hour. And if it goes to due process, you can go anywhere from $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 to $100,000.
After that experience, I realized we're pretty much fucked.
25 to 100 grand. I'm like, okay.
Where did you get that number from? That was like ridiculous.
Out of the blue, 420 an hour.
Was you kidding?
I know.
Nobody has any answers. Nobody has any solutions, and you just feel helpless. It's actually really depressing.
Sensitive. They call me sensitive. Am I too sensitive? And then what do?
Sensitive. Then we're gonna have some mean kids say, sensitive. You're way too sensitive. So we'll have some bullies come in, and then you'll go, am I too sensitive? Am I too sensitive?
I want to sing this in front of the bullies.
Then it's, is it something about me or the clothes that I wear? I hear noises, things are too loud. Is it me? Are things too loud?
Elaine, these balloons are too loud. You guys,
I'm
the
sorry.
balloons are too loud for people, guys. Balloons are too loud. Thanks for telling me, Wyatt.
Okay, ready?
They're just way too loud.
I know.
Pop them at home. It's scaring people, guys.
You'll go out. You'll go out.
Sensitive.
Oh, that's your Coach E imitation.
Hi, Coach E. It's so good to see you. Hi, sweetie pie.
Alexa's echolalia. She can repeat back what's said to her, but she has a hard time generating original speech.
How do you feel about Coach E?
How do I feel about Coach E?
Yeah, can you type how you feel about Coach E?
Okay. I can type how do I feel about Coach E.
Okay. Oh, she's typing how do I feel about Coach E.
Phil. That's so funny, Ma. No.
Do you know what autism is?
Autism?
Do you know? What is it?
Autism means that...
You can type it.
Oh, okay, Mom. Autism means that something will be damaged.
What's damaging?
Damaging.
What does it mean?
It means damaging means that people who could damage, they're destroying actions of ways that together it means I love you.
I love you too.
Sure. Let's see.
And it's saved.
Saved.
I've tortured myself over the years thinking that in order to fully love her and parent her, I needed to be able to understand her head.
Let's see, you want to try that? With Alana. She's going to help you talk with your... Can you point?
Yeah.
Go.
Hi.
Jay.
Goodbye.
I think Jacob likes me, and I like Jacob too.
Hands touch, eyes meet, sudden silence, sudden heat, hands sleep in a gidly whirl. He could be that boy, but I'm not that girl. Don't dream.
You know, I haven't really spoken to her about boys yet. And the idea that now she's starting to maybe notice the other kids more and start having feelings about them, and it's new for me.
Do you want to brush it yourself a little?
Yes, I do want to brush it myself a little.
She's 14. It's hard to know how much of who she is, you know, typical in that respect.
She was Britney Spears.
Oh, Britney Spears.
Went him, gold hair with a gentle curl. There's a girl I know, he loves her so. I'm not that girl.
Okay. Good. So let's go back to this part, okay? Let's go back to this middle part. Can you read the lyrics to me?
He hasn't moved everything.
When did he move out?
Here's a picture of him with a woman who I don't know. He moved out last Tuesday, a week ago before Tuesday. But, he's been taking his stuff in drips and drabs. I have no information about why he doesn't want to be with me anymore, why he doesn't love me anymore. And it really pisses me off. And I think what hurts is that I know that my being pissed off about it is part of what he doesn't like about me. My first date in 20 years was this guy.
Isn't that amazing?
We met at the Sound of Music sing-along at the Hollywood Bowl.
I asked her to marry me because I love her, and I love her son, Neil. Neil, remember when we asked you if it was okay if your mommy and me...
Remember we asked you if it was okay? What did you say? No. He said yeah. He said yeah. he said good is exactly what
Is that what you said? You said good, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he said good. No, but after being, divorced as a single mom with a child with autism, I never thought that I would get married again. What does gefilte actually mean? Chopped fish. When we first started dating, it was very challenging for Jeff's family.
They didn't really understand. They'd never met Neil. They didn't really understand autism at all.
How many eggs?
The more that Neil came to the house and the more experiences that they had with him, well, they felt less afraid, I think, basically. So if you were to give us your blessing, how do you feel about Elaine and I getting married?
I feel very good.
Huh?
I would feel better if the boy would be a good boy.
He is a good boy. Well, you're worried about him, huh? Yeah.
She's playing.
Hey, sweetie. Wow. Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming to Neil's birthday party.
What's with that face? It's a new face. Is that a scared face? I'm not sure what it is.
He's like overwhelmed.
Maybe.
He's so excited about his party.
Come on,
Neil. Yay! Come on, we got 3 words. Everybody help. Everyone in here help. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
Nice touching. Good job, Neil.
Do you want him to have a balloon? Yeah. Before I die.
I think he's resting.
Before I die. I think he'll be 3 weeks. Oh, I usually don't. Okay, it's time to the play place.
Neil, gentle. Where are you going to stand, Neil? Where are you going to stand? Whoa.
Neil!
Gentle.
What happened?
Okay,
please? Not funny. You okay? Dad, it's not funny. What happened? How'd that happen?
Well, he purposely... He was acting like he was really gentle and then yanked him.
You know what? We don't do that at a party. We don't do that anywhere. We don't do that ever. Look at me, ever. It's not even the beginning to be funny at have a party. Well, that's how you're feeling, and that's how he's feeling. But that's how he's feeling. Would you like to feel that way yourself? Do you want someone bigger than you pushing you? I can find a big boy now. Well, that's how it feels. So come here.
You guys saw your place. All right.
Let me see your eyes right now. Let me see your eyes. No, I gotta see them. Yeah, thank you. Okay? You need to be, look at me. Thank you. You need to be aware when you do things. You're a big boy. When you were younger and you got wild, that's the old Neil. You don't need to do things like that anymore. Okay, I want you to think about it. Touch my nose if you understand what I'm saying. Thank you. Neil has worked so hard at being a part of this world and controlling his behaviors and impulses. When he feels stressed, he sometimes may act out physically. It makes me scared. It makes me feel responsible and sad. It's critical for us to help Neil learn a way to communicate that doesn't hurt himself or others.
Well, I thought I'd be in traffic.
Okay. All right, everybody sit, please. Get organized. This is the most important rehearsal we're going to have because it's going to determine what stays in the play and what exits. What we're going to do. Let's have people focus. Let's make this the stage and this the audience. Ready? Go.
Ryan's hearing things. Okay.
Wait, hang on. Wait a minute. Cut. No, don't cut in the middle. Whatever is said today will be our new lines forever.
You forgot to say, what are you guys talking about? You're so weird. Oh.
But we're going to cut that, okay? All right, then say
it. One thing I learned about, kind of growing up in the civil rights movement is that it's not just enough for you to be doing better. Your whole tribe has to do better or else you really can't do that much better. Believe me. And I see all of your kids as my son's tribe. And so when I see them screwing somebody in East LA, that's going to affect our kids because when that kid does something because they haven't had the services, people are going to look at our autistic kid and say, oh, that's what autism is like.
But any change that's ever happened, any social change, didn't happen.
This isn't a social change; it's a disease.
But it's a value. It's a human value. Why is my daughter in 8th grade and learning how to wash dishes? Because they don't fucking value her. Because she's autistic and she's stupid and she can't learn. So we're going to train her so she can push a broom at McDonald's. I want the world to welcome her, and they don't. And I can't make them. I can only work with who I've got. It's a value, and until these humans are valued, nobody's going to find a cure, nobody's going to take the chemicals out of the vaccines, nobody's going to make the school system follow the law, nobody's going to make the doctors follow the law, nobody's going to give us insurance, because they're not valued. And that's bigger than anything we could talk about in here. I can share with people who look at her funny and think she's weirdo, and I can try to enlighten, but I can't make them value her. I can't make them respect her and think that she's got the same rights that they do. I can't make it happen. And I can either, I can kill myself. I can feel horrible most of the time. I can take an antidepressant. Or I can just concentrate on loving her and hoping that unfortunately, what parent says this? I hope she dies before I do.
The future for Lex is the thing that gives me the most concern. I'm not one to have nightmares. And the only time I do, it's when I'm thinking about her future. To be honest, I don't see her ever living alone. I see her in ultimately maybe a group home. And that frightens me because it's like you could do something to her and she couldn't tell you. She couldn't report you. She, you know, she's just the perfect victim. I'm always trying to dream up a scenario for the future. I'm gone, but she's going to be okay because what? What did I do now to make sure that happened? And I have some ideas, but I'm not happy with them. You know, I'm not convinced yet that I've found the thing that can get rid of my nightmares.
Hi, Henry. Hi, Ryan. Hi, guys. Yay, we're in a real theater. Wait. Here we go. Hurt your eyes?
Yeah. Besides, I got allergies. They're like everywhere.
I know, but if you look this way, it's not.
They're right over there and right over there.
Okay, everybody stand up, make a circle. We gotta focus. Let's go.
You guys all stage. Okay.
You guys, I'm losing you. You guys have been so focused. Do you want to get us kicked out of here? We will get kicked out. Henry, you know that. Thank you. You know what a great actor you are. You know that. Yeah. But the challenge is, the show's not going to be coming together if we have to stop all the time. Right? So I need your help. There's a bit of wildness going on. So we, as a team, need to figure out what we're going to do to keep them focused. Simplify. And make it a lot easier. Probably cut a number of the songs. Okay, everybody sit down, please. Shh. Adam. Can you just sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star instead of playing on the cello right now?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Perfect. We're just going to have him sing. It's beautiful.
No,
we can't today. I'm not going to talk to you about it right now, Roseanne. We got to think of everybody.
I know, but he didn't get to do his thing.
He'll get to do it on Sunday and Monday. Right now, we got to think of everybody, not just Adam.
I know, and putting the chair out and having him play it is not a big thing.
I'll talk to you about it on Sunday.
Because she's got to play director, so we can go back in the other room.
Like, be straight with me. Tell me what's going on, and tell me that there was never any intention of Adam playing cello.
No, that's not it.
This is really unfair. Hi.
Hey, Adam.
No, this is really unfair because if there was some decision made, someone could have called or emailed me. There's no reason for me to come into the dress rehearsal and find out that my son is not going to play the thing that he's been practicing for the last 2 months.
I understand.
Well,
the Miracle Project is all about the kids and those 22
please
weeks.
don't give me this. Listen, I was here every week. This is just totally unfair. You won't even let him sit there and rehearse it. How's it supposed to be okay? You want it to be bad so you can cut it.
No.
Oh, come on,
Roseanne,
please.
Why?
I don't know. It's too crazy for me even to figure out. Okay?
Take it outside. Just gotta go outside. We can't do this to the kids.
But the thing is, my son's identity is his cello.
But it should not.
But it is. He's autistic and that's his voice.
We'll talk about it another day. This is not fair to the kids.
It is not fair to my son.
Tough.
Okay?
Tough.
Tough.
Let's go outside. Come on.
We're starting a show.
Wait, my son is in here.
You know what? Your son's doing fine.
And he's been practicing for weeks on this stuff, and all of a sudden you cut his song.
No, I didn't. I said we'll do it on Sunday.
I'm going to have to close this because we can't do this now.
Okay, I'll just let you guys. Yeah, it'll be good. We ready?
You want to show the audience?
Yes.
Okay, go in the audience.
Let go! Let go! Let go! Let go!
We're gonna have to go upstairs. We're gonna go home. We're gonna go home.
I don't want to go home! Let go! I want to go home!
I'm sorry. I know it's been a trying day. I got to get back out there.
I know, I understand, but
I do know.
this would not have happened. Where is he? This is a nightmare.
Went up there. He went into the theater.
Is Adam still here? Adam? Adam, we're gonna sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, sweetie.
Oh, I want to do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Okay.
Go up and try it. You want to go try it? It's your turn to do Twinkle, Twinkle. On the stage?
I want to do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Want me to pick you up?
No,
and
no,
you'll
no,
sing
no,
it?
no. No, 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 no,
Go, go.
no. No!
Sing. Come on, let me hear the world so high.
Okay, ready? Right here, Adam, right here, sweetie pie.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Everybody! What you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are.
Neil, that's you. You're Neil.
People thought that Neil should be put in an institution when he was 4 years old. People told me to send him back to Russia. A lot of kids with autism, when they get to be older, are put away if they haven't dealt with their impulsivity control and their ability to communicate.
You ready? Let's try it. Let's get it organized. You ready? Okay, I'm ready. Am I on the right side? Yeah. Okay, I'm ready when you are. 3, 2, 1, move. Oops, you lost it. Try again, Neil. Try again. You need to look. Can you look down, please?
Mom.
I think that's supposed to be eyed. The machine doesn't say it right. Go. Okay, you're all right. It's just the way this program, Neil. There you go.
Like, food, foot. You are odd.
Mom, I'd like to put you on the spot. So what are you going to put her on the spot to do?
What do you want me to do, babe?
What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, finish
I'm not laughing at you.
No,
I'm laughing because I
this is
love
charming.
you.
What are you going to do to put her on the spot?
What would you like to do to put me on the spot?
Ready? Go. Keep looking. Where's your else? Thank you for looking. You're fine. Finish this and then we'll take a break for a second. Go. Finish it. Go. Good. Keep going.
Listener.
Be more of a listener. Ah. All right.
Thank you, sweetie, for telling me. Thank you. I
That's
appreciate
good.
it.
That's good.
So tonight's the show, girlfriend. Are you excited?
Yes, Mom, I am excited. Are you excited?
Yes, Lex, I am excited.
I had fun in reading group.
You did? What were you reading in reading group?
I did What About Me?
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, what about me?
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, what about me? After that, I used the restroom.
Uh-huh. That's a good thing to do.
At lunch, I had ham, banana, drill, blueberry who walks into a bar.
Oh, show us that. Show me a blueberry who walks into a bar.
What is a blueberry that walks into a bar?
Here. This is a blueberry that walks into a bar. I don't want her to think there's anything wrong with herself, because there's not. I mean, she's different, but she's not wrong. And it's hurtful because most people don't feel this way, you know? And I didn't either in the beginning. And she's taught it to me, though. I mean, it's not that I've, seen the light and living with her has had a profound effect on who I've become. It's very exciting. This is the last bit of the project. It's the show. It's what you've been working on all these weeks. Right? Uh-huh. Yeah. Your daddy's going to meet us there, okay?
Uh-huh. Adam, bow tie.
1 more minute. 1 more minute. Please.
Okay, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 56, 52, 51.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry. 49, 48.
Adam has been an important cement of my relationship with Roseanne, which has been trouble.
No, you can't do it until after it's around my neck, so stand up.
I just walk in the door and Adam will say, "Kiss mommy." And no matter how angry Roseanne and I might have been when we parted in the morning, we'll come over and he'll push us together. And he'll say, "Now, use your tongue, Dad."
Who's going to love Adam if I can't love Richard? On a certain level, and I don't know if that's it. And on another level, I do. I profoundly love Richard. I profoundly love him. I'm excited, but I'm not nervous because Adam isn't really nervous. And I know that whatever happens, happens.
Look at
said, Les is quite outstanding. So, looking forward to seeing it.
It's going to be what it's going to be. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be great. Yeah. So I'm just ready to sit back and enjoy.
Especially with that extra number I planted on him where they can't get him off the stage.
What, Richard, you did not?
I told him to play Jacques Dupre.
Oh, stop, Richard. Please, he's teasing. Don't scare me like that.
Well, you never know with Adam. He's likely to go through his whole repertoire.
Breathe in, Miracle Project.
Breathing in everything.
Project.
Oh man. So curtain and pen?
Thank you, Jacob.
I think I'm trying to hurl.
Just go like this. Go.
And wiggle your arms all around and make smile. Let me see you smile.
Right there.
Cheer up, pals. Let's go to Tom's house. His dad works for the government, so there's a lot of cool stuff around. And you know what else? You think an Xbox is cool? Well, they have a Z-Box. Sensitive. You're too sensitive. They call me sensitive. 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 Am I too sensitive? They call me sensitive. They call me sensitive. You don't know who I am, hey? I'm a real smart kid. I've learned a lot of things, mostly about dinosaurs. But skip that. In point of fact, something truly is going on. If you don't believe me, then go ahead, lollygag all you want. Me and my friends will get to the bottom of this mystery. Everyone has a place to fly, to fly, to fly, to fly, to fly, to fly.
feel good to be working with everybody else too?
I felt